If you've been playing Beesmas for long enough, you're probably wondering how you can get all the presents this Beesmas. Well, that's exactly what I'm doing today. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how you guys can get every single present and what order you should give them to the NPCs. So without further ado, here we go. Now, of course, we have to talk to the mastermind of Beesmas himself. And that is, of course, this devil right here called Bear. As of right now, he only has 10 quests that you can get. And from Bear's quest line, you can get them from the 2nd, 4th, 6th, 8th, and 10th quest from him. Now, of course, there's still more Bear quests to come. And that's most likely where all the other presents are going to be coming from. So if you're running or you're missing any present, that's most likely why. Moving on to the next obvious reason, it's the present in his catalog. It probably takes you about maybe 20 minutes to get this, maybe longer because of the gingerbread bears. But if you played Beesmas before, you should already know that's already in the catalog. Next method is, of course, from Audit himself. When you first join the game when Beesmas comes out, you're granted these rewards on screen right now, one of those including a present. You're already guaranteed that one present just from Audit. Next method is going to be a bit more complicated, and that is, of course, if you have like a lot of strawberries. And of course, everyone knows the Galentine Shrine. It has the chance to give you the Galentine buff if you donate strawberries to it. It has a 100% chance of dropping the buff if you donate 50k strawberries to the shrine. But if you donate any other strawberries, like say 20k, it's not a 100% chance, it's just a small chance. And of course, like I said, the present does come along with that buff. So if you want to get that guaranteed present, go ahead and waste your life savings of those strawberries into the shrine. Now our final way of obtaining those presents is going to be from the Robo Party. I guess this one's a bit more easier than the Galentine one since you have to have a rank 25. I'm pretty sure it has to be your party too, not anyone else's. But if you complete a rank 25 Robo Party of your own, I'm pretty sure you're granted the present. I'm 100% sure if it's just a chance or not. Now you're also probably wondering, if I'm a certain hive color, which order should I be giving my presents to my NPCs? Whether you're a blue, white, or red hive, if you guys don't want to listen to me blabber about this, I'm only going to be talking about why it's in the order it is. This is the order if you want to pause the video and look at it, go ahead. This is the ornament priority guide, which is the main present order you should be giving to your NPCs if you're a certain color. The first hive color we're going to be starting off with is the blue hive. As you guys should know, you should be giving your present to the gifted Buckabee first, because it is one of the most important ones if you do macro. As you guys can see here, gifted Buckabee gives you really good stats for macroing, especially that 15% bubble pollen, which is one of the main reasons why blue hives are so good at macroing. Next up is Robear is very useful, especially if you have digital bee, because it gives you that 5% duped ability pollen. Also, as a blue hive, you get a 10% capacity buff from this. That makes this ornament even more worth it. Next up is Black Bear. Black Bear is kind of explainable himself. This is because Black Bear gives you 5% honey per pollen buff if you give the present to him, and honey per pollen is pretty useful. Next up is Stick Bug. Stick Bugs is really important just for that 25% convert rate. Same thing goes along with that gifted bee pollen. Next up is Dialogue Bear. Her buff is pretty OP because of the bee ability pollen and the convert rate. Just like Stick Bug, she gives you the 25% convert rate. Instead of gifted bee pollen, she gives you bee ability pollen, which is way more useful because you're going to be needing a lot of bubble pollen. By the way, Stick Bug's ornament is really only more useful if your hive is fully gifted. Forgot to mention that. Then finally for blue hives, we have Sunbear. Sunbear's buff gives you that 5% ability token lifespan, which is definitely the best part of this ornament. Convert rate's also pretty good. Blue hive, you don't really need that legendary bee pollen. The ability token lifespan can be very useful for, especially for your frog tokens. Same thing goes for your balloon tokens. Moving on to the white hives. Now, Robobear is the #1 priority for a white hive. Because like I said before, if you give the present to Robobear, you get the 5% duped ability pollen. And Digital Bee really makes all that honey for white hives. Because, you know, smileys are OP. Next up is Stick Bug. Stick Bug's gifted bee pollen is really the only big part here. Also forgot to mention for someone for the blue hives, make sure you do get the Science Bear ornament for the 25% convert rate of hive. Back to white hives, next up is again Dialogue Bear himself. Like I said before, Spirit Bear gives the bee ability pollen, which of course refers back to the Digital Bee. Same thing goes for the convert rate as well. Then we have Polar Bear for its 3% colorless bee pollen and the 25% pumpkin patch capacity. Some white hives do their boost in pumpkin patch, but the main thing here is the colorless bee pollen, because white hives are literally colorless bee, and white hives depend on pollen a lot, so that's why Polar Bear is one of the more useful ones for white hives. Then finally for white hives, you got the Mother Bear. Mother Bear gives the 10% bee gather pollen, which is pretty useful for white hives. Strawberry field capacity is pretty mid, and the convert rate's also pretty good. Then finally we have the attack hives, also known as the red hives. Same thing goes for red hives. The first bear you're going to give your present to is the Robo Bear, especially because red hives are one of the most dependent on pollen. Robo Bear is of course another #1 priority. And again, just like the white hive, Stick Bug is also next. Main reason for this is the pepper patch capacity, which all red hives boost in really. Then of course the gifted bee pollen. And then again, just like white hives, Spirit Bear is also next, because I mean you kind of need that bee ability pollen. Then we have Black Bear for its 5% honey per pollen. Now for this next one, you can either choose between Panda Bear and Mother Bear. They're pretty much the exact same good for red hives. Panda Bear might have the slight edge just for the 5% bee attack, so if I were you, I would get this one first. And I do have something to say, I do plan on switching to red hive soon. Make sure you have my notifications on so that way you get notified when I post it. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this guide, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, my fellow gamers. And I'll see you guys all in the next video.